Hi everyone, so I just stepped out of the shower in my clean PJs and my blow-dried hair. I hope you'll love it. But anyways, I just had this idea to film this video while I was in the shower because I'm not going to be available for the rest of the year because I have plans and I'm going to go on a vacation. So I just thought I would film it before life gets loud again. So the first thing I learned this year was the quiet ache of moving away and leaving home. To be honest, moving to France didn't feel like a leap. It felt like walking into a mirror, meeting a version of myself I had never seen properly. Like no one prepares you for the loneliness that is not dramatic, but it's there, the kind that lives in small things like shopping alone, eating alone, realizing you can't call your mom to ask which spice goes in what, and walking streets where nobody knows the weight of your name. And leaving home didn't actually make me brave, it made me honest. I realized how much of my identity came from familiarity and how much of that familiarity I'd mistaken for strength. But being far away, it actually changes you in strange ways. You become the person who has to show up for yourself, and trust me when I'm saying this, there's a strange pride in that, a strange grief too. The next thing I learned this year was the return of people I thought I had buried long ago. But I reconnected with a lot of people, friends from my past, and it was more like great. I would say like someone who knew me before I understood myself, someone who had seen all of my phases, the dramatic ones, the embarrassing ones, the ones I would pretend never happened, my bad haircut phases. But I had this belief that time ruins things, but maybe time just gives us the version of ourselves who can finally meet again without breaking each other. And with these people, there was no like deep talk or any cinematic reunion. It was just easy. It was soft, and I think that taught me something, that some connections, they don't end, they wait. They wait for you to grow into the person who can hold them properly now, and that's very important for you to do it. I met people in France who made me realize how loudly I'd been shrinking. People who didn't call me intense like it was an insult, people who let me take up space without apologizing for it, people who made me laugh without earning it. And here's the thing no one would tell you about adulthood: you don't need many people, you just need the right ones. And there's a kind of healing that only the right people can give you, not because they fix you, but because they don't ask you to be anything or anyone else. And that's very important for you to find those people while you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s. It's never late. I'm not going to pretend that I had some fairy tale year, but I learned that love exists in places I never thought to look, or I would never look at. It's in the friend who checks if I reached home, in the person who remembers how I take my coffee, in the stranger who held the door for me for a second longer than they needed to, and most importantly, in myself, on the days I softened instead of shutting down. And I think this year taught me a single stubborn thing. I refuse to let life make me cynical. I've seen too much tenderness, I've been held too gently, and the world is hard enough, but I don't want to be. I don't want to romanticize my flaws, but this year I made stupid decisions. I trusted the wrong moments. I lost myself on days I should have stayed grounded. I pushed away things I wanted, and I held on to things I should have let go sooner. But through a very, very, very hard time, I've come to a point where I see that it's okay to be 24, to make mistakes, and to know that they didn't ruin me. They revealed me. And every wrong turn, it forced me to question the map I was using. Every disappointment made me reevaluate what I call home. Every heartbreak, small or big, it made room for a better softness. And I'm realizing that self-awareness isn't the curse. The real curse is using it to criticize yourself instead of understanding yourself. And I hope you relate with that, and I hope you take away something good. This is the most exciting part. Learning neuroscience this year shifted something fundamental in me. Like, I learned that your brain is not trying to make you happy. It's trying to keep you alive. And that's why you're overthinking everything, and that's why you're spiraling all the time. But the incredible part is your brain can change. Cells rewire, patterns break, old wounds lose their power. And realizing that made me kinder to my own self. Like, I stopped asking and being frustrated all the time, thinking, why the fuck am I like this? And I started asking, what is this version of me trying to protect? I found answers, and it changed everything, and I hope it does for you too. And the biggest thing I learned is I'm not behind. I'm not lost. I'm not failing at being human. I'm just in the middle of my becoming. And the middle is messy, I agree, but it's very real. It's alive, and it's completely mine. And even though the year is not yet over, I can feel something shifting. I've finally become someone, or I'm becoming someone I don't want to run away from. And it's crazy how you carry that feeling all along with you for 24 fucking years of your life. And it's liberating to know at 24 that you don't want to do that. You don't want to run away from your own self. So that's it for today's video. But if you want to share what's one thing this year taught you so far, I'd love to know. Drop your voice in the comments. And if you are into sad sapphic poetry, follow me on Instagram. The details are in the description. I love you so much, guys. See you in the next one.